Hello, my beautiful Aquarians. It's Mara. I know it's been a hot minute. I don't have much to say. I don't have much to say in defense of myself other than I needed a break. I needed a break without giving anybody an excuse. I just needed, I was exhausted. I slept for a week and I still feel like I could sleep another one. And yeah, just purging that whole good thing. So it happens every once in a while to the best of us. So thank you for understanding. We have two more signs. We've got Aquarius and Pisces. I did not want to leave them out in the cold. With the money, I've been getting a lot of good responses, especially on YouTube, actually. I went ahead and put some up, and I don't have like a ton of readings, but I got a lot of emails, which was awesome. And so I think I'm definitely going to be sticking with going more of the career, the things we can do internally, the things we absolutely can control and change, you know, moving forward. So the financial, what's your current financial position? We're going to go ahead and just get an energy for that. Ooh, I like it. Whale. Deep. This is a breadth of knowledge. When I say breadth, it's like your knowledge of how money works, that you know that it's an energy, it's an exchange. You have a really big understanding of, maybe, you know, your parents were good with money or something along those lines, or you're self-taught, autodidactic, which means self-taught, and you've learned the ins and outs of it. Maybe you've studied finance. Maybe you just learned the hard way of learning how to budget because you had to. You know, we all come to and break the barriers of our understandings and relationships with money when we finally just start buckling down and saying, where is it going? How can it serve me best? How can I learn to not reach and grasp for it in desperation, but draw and attract more of it and more resources and opportunities to make it? So yeah, this feels like a really, really big, and this might, again, I always get this like about to break the surface here. This might be something you might be coming out of a dark financial time, and you're just learning and kind of going through the process of changing, you know, your neuroplasticity around, you know, where your thoughts go when it comes, you know, towards wealth, resources, or possibly self-sabotage, those type of things. And you are coming out of a dark place financially and starting to see the light and about to break the surface where you can feel more comfortable about it. And when we don't operate out of need, want, desperation, lack, the feeling like it's never going to come near us again or something like that, that reaching out for, right? That law of attraction. Attraction means drawing things into us, and we lean forward and we reach towards it, just like if we were doing that in a relationship. Those people or that energy of money tends to retract itself because it's coming from a place that's not of, I just know that the person that I am and how I operate in this life, I am a person that deserves, you know, abundance, however it may come. It may be in laughter, in, you know, just meeting up with some friends tomorrow night, and like, that's abundance to me. Do you know how little and often, other than me laughing by myself, that I laugh with other people? So like when I'm working, where I'm working, and a bunch of the girls crack up and make a joke and everybody's laughing, like that's like abundance. That's spiritual abundance to me, because it's not something that I've experienced in a really long time. Like the camaraderie of like, I don't really know you, but we all agree like that's funny as shit, you know? It's just, yeah. And so we all take, you know, there might be a lot of people where physical, like wealth is very abundant in your life, but you don't have that opportunity to laugh with people. You know what I mean? So you would think that you are not so wealthy in the emotional fulfillment cup realm, where some people have their family and everything like that, but they don't have the physical wealth in the bank. But because they are so abundant in their other areas, the universe always provides what they need, right? But the universe always wants to give us more than what we need. They really, really do, but we can't take it for granted. And sometimes they put us in situations where if we had to, I just watched something. It was White Underbelly. It's like this photographer. I love black and white photography. That was my specialty in school. And he films and photographs the people from the underbelly of America. And he had this girl on there, and this woman on there. And she was talking about, oh gosh, I'm like, I don't want to lose it because there was something like really, okay, I'm rambling. Spirit's like, take it away. Let's get on with the reading. I love this for your current financial situation. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull a little. They said don't bother. Okay, what's blocking your financial flow right now? You know me and my rabbit holes, especially with an air sign. Everybody thinks aqua. I did for a long time that aqua is water, but it's not. It's the water bearer, but it's an air sign. Ah, what's blocking your financial flow? You don't feel like there's going to be a rebirth in this. Okay, yeah, I see that now. I see that now. You feel battered, weather beaten. You're like, I'm not naive about money. Okay, now I'm getting like this, I'm like, who am I talking to? Yeah, air sign, very analytical. Like, it doesn't have, I'm not naive. I know that it comes and goes. I know that it just doesn't grow on trees. Like, you know, because the lamb is like what behind the ears. It's that naive, like, I don't know what's going on, like the local yokel, like coming to the new city type of thing. Energy, this is like been there, done that. Yeah, I know this is, and it doesn't happen. Phoenix, there's this failure. I always feel Phoenix in reverse is like there's a failure. And it's like maybe you just feel like beaten down too many times and now you've got this bitter attitude, like it's not going to happen. Like, I know better. I'm a grown adult and like money just doesn't grow on trees, right? I keep wanting to say that. You might have heard that a lot at home where people were telling you like, what do you think you're going to do? That's not going to even, you know what I mean? Your looks won't last that long if you want to bartend or whatever. And it's like a lot of times like cash in palm in hand is a lot better than just this hysterical salary that's going to take you 9 to 5. It's really nice to go somewhere for a weekend and like throw down and like make $500, which is twice what you make maybe in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like doing gig work, everything like that. But like if you walk around and you manifest from this sense of it's never going to happen for me, you're absolutely right. It won't. You create your own reality with your thoughts and your words. Okay. I feel like I don't even need the clarification here. I feel like it kind of throws me off. What are your core beliefs about money? We'll just stick with this. I'm feeling good about this. And I'm trying to make these a little bit more succinct because I know I lose a lot of people in my rabbit holing. What are your core beliefs about money? Oh, man. Yeah, that you can't push through, that it's never going to come for you, that you're unable to push through an obstacle, the obstacle being money itself, like wealth and accumulation of wealth. Like you just don't feel like you have the muscle to like break through to the other side, because this is all about like pushing and remembering and knowledge. And it's like you are the elephant, which means you remember a lot. There is a lot that you have accumulated in your life, a lot of knowledge that you're just not putting forward. This could be a pattern of yours, or it could just be a fresh new fear threshold that you haven't worked past. But I am definitely getting patterns, and like you see, you know, we got elephant on elephant. It's like maybe you're feeling really good about it some days, and then the other days, and it's kind of just like, but an elephant in reverse is like, again, that elephant that gets tied down to the stake and feels like it can never move anywhere, and somebody cuts the cord to the stake and the elephant still never moves because it believes it's still tied to it, right? Patterns, not stepping out of the new, not realizing, not believing that it's going to happen. I feel like this is more belief. This is definitely something that I've been going through even personally, and I feel like this is kind of like one of those, especially I'm getting this mirroring, right? This reflection of the yin and yang. I can definitely identify with this. It's like, I'm doing so much. I'm working as hard as I can. I can this, that, and the other. Like, why isn't it? And it's because you're reaching for it. Like, when you're even thinking that, you're reaching for it. Like, why isn't it? It's a give me information versus I know it's going to happen. And I don't know. I'm learning more, but I don't know how to really lean back into that. Like right now, I'm learning how to receive, you know, and it's a push and pull because it is patterning, right? This isn't just like, oh, I believe I deserve it, you know, even though there are so many things in this life that I am so much more comfortable with, like, yeah, I deserve to have good people in my life. And if I am unable to attract those people in this particular time and space, I am absolutely going to take advantage of this time and do the things that really aren't conducive to me having a big social life. right? So I'm going to buckle down and put those 16-hour days, or the weeks where I'm just going to sleep or whatever, and I don't have anybody to answer to, or like, you know, talk about my time or what I'm doing it with or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really trying to lean into working through, but I do understand this. It's like how, it's again, it's that elephant that thinks that they're still tied to a stake and they could just take off and run and take out an entire village, but they don't believe they can because they've never done it before, perhaps, right? We could be talking about an elephant or a person that has just been born into a family or generational patterning that is just like, nobody's gone past the glass ceiling, and who wants to be the first because they feel like they're going to get cut, or they're not going to have, because like we were talking about that whole, well, at least I have my family. I may not have a lot of wealth, but I have my family. What if I lose my family? And then what if I lose wealth, right? Because I've never had it before, so I never feel like I can keep it. So then if I let go of one, if I dare to be more, you know, attract more wealth than my family or my parents or something like that, then people are going to take it the wrong way, or they're going to come after. You know what I mean? It's that Five of Pentacle, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So stay in the victim mentality. It's better to bitch and moan with everybody else with the family, like we don't have enough money, than possibly be the person that like saves enough to get out of, and then I'm, you know, maybe you're considered a turncoat or Uncle Tom or some type of, you know what I mean? Because you decided to do something that other people in your, like, they're just like, oh, what do you think, you're better than us because you decided to, like, I don't know, educate yourself? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like social, you're a person, you know, the elephant, its tusks is meant to go through the brush, right? And have a higher perspective and remember places and things. You know, the elephants, they have a matriarchal system, but they travel in pods and they take care of each other and they remember. They grieve for their dead for days on end. Like those places where they're dead have been buried and they come back to them over in their migratory past. Like they will stay there and they will create and hold space for that animal that died maybe 6 or 9 months ago on their way into wherever they're going. Like when we talk about elephants, remember, right? And maybe this is, you know, this might be a lot of grudge energy too, and feeling like other people have taken it away from you. But it's also, you know, somebody cut the cord for you and you decided not to walk away from that stake because you decided to stay in the comfort zone and you were too afraid to see what would happen or try your strength or see what would happen before you would like push through something else. So to whoever I'm speaking to, including myself, I'm an Aqua Venus, where I love, you know, when I talk about your placements, and when I'm talking to Aquarius, I know this is talking about the currency of love with me. It may not be talking about physical currency like coin, but actual like my currency of how I relate to people and get close to them or not. And I like staying very far and being in the background and being the photographer behind the lens, right? Always being in that corner, being the observer. And like now the universe is kind of pushing me out there to be a little bit more honest with you and not always have to be doing the tap dance for you and just saying, you know what? Yeah, I fucking suck. Last week sucked. I didn't even say or apologize or let you know what was going on because I just did not have the bandwidth or the wherewithal, and that's going to be okay. I have to be more real with you. I have to be more real with myself. I have to know that my environment is really affecting me, and therefore, you know, I'm taking some drastic measures to go ahead and change that because I choose not to live in an environment that keeps me from being the best person that I can be. And there are so many things that keep me from doing that. So I'm damn sure not going to let something that isn't necessarily required. And I thought it was something that would really benefit me. And in the end, it actually has, but in a much different way, for me realizing I'm never going to work for the man again, right? Any man, any woman, anybody other than, you know, I'm an independent contractor with where I'm at later. I decide when I go in if I want to pay the money in order to be there and whatever. And like, that's where I'm comfortable and I'm not going to stray from that any longer. Right? And like to be able to like put that foot down and now create my reality with that parameter in place, saying maybe I will, maybe I won't, maybe this will be great for my resume, maybe I want to be like, no, I don't want to be part of anybody else's environment other than one that I create for myself. But I had to go through this, right? I had to go through this. You had to go through what you've been having to go through in order to just, yeah, harness that Venus and Capricorn. This isn't fairy dust anymore. This is like the real like deal. Are you going to put a ring on it? Are you going to commit? Are you going to shake hands? Are you going to spit on it? Are you going to draw a line? Are you going to walk away? Are you going to keep teaching other people how to treat you by keeping your mouth shut, and so they can be passive aggressive with you because you're passive aggressive with them because you're too afraid to let people know exactly what you think of them because you're afraid of the consequences? Why? Because there's attachment there. There's attachment there. Why? Because you're on their cell phone plan, you live in their house, they're on your lease, whatever it is. When we can fully detach from other people, we can fully recognize them in their full strength, because when I'm not attached to you, when you have no control over my life, you better be nice to me. Right? Why? Because what other reason would it take for me to freaking leave you alone? That's why people have a really hard time, like even remotely trying to like date me, because they're like, wait, you don't have a lease, you don't know where you're going to live, like you don't have a home, you don't have like friends. And I'm like, no, like I like, you know, if I'm enjoying myself, I'll stay. And it's like, well, that puts a lot of pressure on somebody, like, oh, I can't like have you move in with me or depend on me for this, that, and the other, because if you depend on me, then I don't have to show up as strongly as I need to. But if you are fully independent and you can just leave whenever you want to because you have the resources, the strong will, and the like, I don't need your validation, like, then what else do I have to offer, right? It makes people step up or back away very quickly. Somebody needed to hear that, because that's a total channeling. I love y'all so much. I'm like, what are the changes that we need to make and improve your financial status? We're just going to stick with this. Your ideas, whatever you've got going on, it's time to implement them. It's time to take this gaseous, beautiful, freaking rainbow, like what you've got going on down here, it's time to pull it down and make this thing turn into a golden egg versus a cosmic egg. Cosmic egg is exactly that. It's like here, it's like the little light bulb on top of your head, and you just need to bring it down and make it happen. And you will. I'm going to let you know, because I'm feeling this even like with the sewing machine. I've told you about the sewing machine. It's like I have to be willing to make mistakes in order to learn, because I don't want to go to Parsons School of Fashion. Like, I need to learn in 6 weeks how to really like just really nail down some seaming and some techniques, and like just learning to work with a certain fabric. Like, I don't have to learn everything, but I realize I'm gonna have to put some time into it, right? I need to take my ideas. I love this fabric, I love this dress. How do I bring it down and make it happen? Do I need to maybe take a lesson or two at Joann's Fabrics? Do I have the time to do that? Why don't I have the time to do that? Because of what I'm doing here. Is what I'm doing here actually outweighing what I could be doing if I had the 3-4 extra days in a week for me to do what I need to do? Now it's like, is it in my highest and best good? Especially the way that perhaps, you know, if it would be a fantastic working, I would make it, you know, working environment, I would make it work, but it's not. So now it's like, okay, Mara, so what are you going to do about it? It's no longer like one of those like, ho hum, I guess I'm just going to, like, I'm not stuck here. I came here by choice. And that's what the universe keeps, you know, but I have to take my ideas and my thoughts and my plans, whatever, and bring them down into, and this is the same thing that you need to do here. I'm talking about it from like a heart space center, because I told you Aqua's in my Venus, but this is changes to improve your financial status. It's like whatever you're thinking about, whether it be starting a channel, whether it be starting a business, whether it be going to a new starting in a new career or going back to school or something like that, whatever you are thinking about and really feeling like the number one thing that you're just like, this is something that could really happen for me. The universe is telling you right now, yes, you're on the right path. Do it. This is Lord Ganesh. Okay, you got an elephant. This is the most auspicious card in the deck. It is, and when I say auspicious, I'm talking about financially. Lord Ganesh is all about financial blessings. We're in a financial, you're already an elephant. All you have to do is turn that frown upside down, mama, daddy-o, whoever I'm talking to. Okay, final outcome if nothing changes, and then the advice, okay? Final outcome, ooh, you're not going to see things coming, and you're going to attract toxicity. You're going to attract toxic business partners. You're going to attract toxic environments, roommate situations, like real estate deals, all this other stuff, and you're not going to be able to see. You're not going to be able to use your senses. You're not going to be able to, you need to be able to, like, I feel like this is very much like saying, this is kind of like a working for the man, right? You're going to be in situations that people can't see your gifts, cannot see under the surface of who you are, whether you're really good with emotional IQ or having empathy or being able to sympathize with people or being able to put all of these different things, these soft skills. People aren't going to be able to see them, and you're not going to be able to see them for yourself. You're going to keep putting yourself in opportunities and places and around people, like possibly to get yourself into, a collaboration with people that can't see your skills, can't see they're going to push you around because you can't do it yourself, right? Again, it's that teaching people how to treat you, right? You're always going to attract this, and then you're always going to feel like it's your fault. Okay, see what's on the bottom here? Yeah, horse in reverse. These are the two like big bodied, like biggest, most heavy cards in this deck, and it's horse in reverse, not harnessing your power and just saying, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to do it. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear of failure here. I can feel it, and there's fear of success. Feeling really, really triggered too. People might be saying you're not, oh, okay, I'm getting this. This is just for a small group of you. Might be like, well, it could be anybody. People saying, yeah, we knew you weren't going to, you know what I mean? Like this is the way you always are. You never finish anything. You never this, that, and the other. I get this outside source, so you're like really on the defense, and then don't let that self-sabotaging, like, well, if they're trying to push me towards it, then I'm not going to do it. That's for somebody there. I know that energy. No, that is no bueno. These are magnificent, big, hardcore, badass, which means you're all of them. You're just in the wrong perspective. You gotta hangman this bitch and like get the right perspective. Like, what is going on here? What? I'm like, what? Yeah, there's this hesitation, the stuttering, this like stop, start. Aquarius, you can do this. I believe in you. Yeah, the turtle and the swan. This is your energy. You're not even a water sign, right? But you're not speaking about it. Nightingale in reverse. You're the life of the party and like beautiful, and everybody, this is how people see you, that you just glide and you just go everywhere and you fit everywhere and where you're supposed to be. You may not talk a lot, but this is how you're feeling. Three, the biggest, really big energies in this deck, and all of them in reverse. Believe in yourself. I love you, Aqua. Mwah. We'll see you next time, okay? Myrrh.